Hello, I'm Justina Vale Evans with Envision Global Leadership, or EGL as it's known. I'm here today with our founder and CEO, Dr. Jeff Evans. Thank you for being here, Jeff.
Pleasure.
Jeff, you are the architect of a number of leadership multi-raters and self-assessments, and these assessments measure the leadership behaviors necessary to build high-performing organizations. EGL uses a process called the LeaderNAV to work with organizations to identify and develop their leaders. So I wanted to ask Jeff, in your own words, as the developer, what is the LeaderNAV?
Thank you. LeaderNAV, it is in a nutshell, it's a one-page view of a group of leaders that we've worked with to develop a performance profile around that a corporate person, an HR person, talent manager, an executive can look at this and use to plan development across their organization, to intelligently plan where to spend their money. So its basis is the LMRs that we do that creates the leadership map, the kind of operating manual for each one of these individual leaders. We will take and we will plot that on the overall one page that shows how frequently do they do high performing behaviors. And I say high performing, meaning not so much that makes the person a high performer, but makes the organization perform at a higher level. We're all about organization performance. So what creates resonance in an organization such that the people will move together in a common direction. So we want a group of leaders who are all exhibiting these high performing behaviors. So we look at the frequency. We also look at the consistency. How consistently does that leader act as a leader? Some people know how to do these things, or very often do, but they're inconsistent with it. They'll swing back and forth. It's important that when you're in that leader role, that you're the leader all the time. Now, the third thing that it measures is the size of the blind spot. And as a human, we all have a blind spot. We measure our intention internally as to what we think we're doing, and the world sees our actions. And that level of disconnect, which all of us have, is either going to be positive or negative. And I'm saying that not in a judgmental way. It means that I think I do more than others see, or I think I do less than others see, which is a negative blind spot. So we report that on this LeaderNAV as well. And the fourth thing we measure is the presence of significant derailers, that they're behaviors that a leader can exhibit that actually really harm organization performance. They may help the individual, but not the organization. So those four things are put into a map by which we can look at a quadrant, an area on there, and say, these leaders have an effective profile. Stretch them, give them assignments that use that. These other leaders have a common set of needs. So this creates your area of development for the organization. So spend some money here. These areas with the high positive blind spot also have some potential, but have a different kind of a way to work with. So we can get very targeted as to how we work with people, which people to work with, and which leadership behaviors that we can delve into. And you can see it all on one page.
So that one page is sort of a bubble chart, is that correct?
The bubble chart, yes, you're correct.
And that comes out of a number of these LMR leadership multi-rater assessments.
Correct.
So you have a number of leaders completing these multi-rater assessments, these 360s, that
Correct.
are all behavior-based. And that all gets fed into this map, this bubble chart of the leaders. Right. So anyone can, who is working in this realm, can see that set of leaders and where they sit in those four areas.
That's correct. Yes, and we've plotted groups of 5, and we've plotted groups of 90. That wow. So just all on one map, but that's correct. Each one of those dots, every bubble on that chart, is one leader who has taken an LMR and has their own individual action plan, their own individual profile. And then we summarize those into those 4 traits.
Wow. Interesting. And so tell me what makes the LeaderNAVs so useful for an organization?
The thing that we designed it to be uh, the thing that you could take and put on a wall and have a group of people look at it, and then look at how the overall profile. Now, this could be say a future leader profile or your succession list, and you know that you have 20 people or 30 or 50 or 100 that are being developed towards the overall leadership roles of your organization. You can plot them all on there and look at that and go, okay, here's where we stand on this now.
Right.
Is it going to be a significant investment? Is it a smaller investment? And with that, is it just something that we need to develop in coursework? Do we need to develop it in assignments or in coaching? And simple to use, powerful conversation tool. And the thing that makes it work, that makes it so useful, is that our leadership multi-raters are designed to be reliable enough, valid enough to compare person to person.
Mm-hmm.
So we can actually compare these results on the LeaderNAV. So
Wow.
that's the essential component of it, is the LMR.
Yeah. So if I was going to have a LeaderNAV ordered, what
Right.
would that process be like?
Yeah. What we would do, Justina, is in the first part, we would map out who are the people that you're looking at. Is it a group of future leaders? And say it's 20, we would set them up and we would run 20 individual LMRs. At the same time, we would run the process as EGL so that we create a consistent way of defining the raters and making sure that that process is done balanced. We then accumulate all that data. We provide each of the 20 people their feedback report, the debrief, and an action planning session, so that each individual already knows which way they need to go in alignment with the organization goals. Then we take those 20 results and we plot them into the LeaderNAV, which we then look at the kind of more executive level, the sponsorship level of who's managing the progression of these people.
That sounds like a really powerful bridge to a higher performing organization, being able to just see that in a nutshell, where everybody sits.
It is, and it takes the subjectivity out of it. In the
Yeah.
past, this group of people would sit around the room and go, well, I think this person's ready. And another goes, no, I don't see it. And what are they looking at? And it's not consistent. This is just one consistent way to look at leadership behaviors as a group. So the process is really about giving not just a map, but a language and a common evaluation factor for those. And I'm saying it's not to evaluate the people, it's the evaluation of what we need to do as a business
Right.
to build our organization capability.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you, Jeff. We have to wrap this up.
Great.
Thanks so much for your insights into this powerful leader assessment tool. And until next time, please stay well and we'll see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.